from our perspective, looking at our audience, we've done a lot of studies. We did interactive polls. We did the focus groups, actually putting people in a room and asking them very specifically about their knowledge of what is currently on the internet. And we were talking to mothers of teenagers and young children, fathers of teens, technologists, to people that aren't on the internet very often. And we're trying to gauge, what is it that America really, how do we view pornography on the internet? And what we found by and large was everyone considered it a problem. It's a huge problem, we were hearing, as far as society was concerned. But when it comes to my house, I don't have that issue. And it really came about in a kind of a stark contrast for us, that there's a lack of understanding among parents as to what children are really actually being exposed to and the relative ease with which they're exposed. A lot of parents think that the internet provider that they use is protecting them, and they're thinking that errantly, because they're not. A lot of them feel that the filtering technology that they're buying and paying annually for, which is 10-year-old technology, is actually doing the job. And a lot of parents are trusting that the schools, because they have filters, are a safe place for kids. But when you spent that 15 minutes and explained to that mom that her 8.5-year-old son, while he's at school, can go to a website that's provided to him by some people who are more interested in keeping him from being censored, with a way to see pornography at school, she was shocked. And when you started talking to mothers about our 1950s view of pornography, where it's some pinup of a naked lady, or maybe two individuals engaged in sex, when you started talking in real terms of what hardcore pornography is on the internet today, where you have full frontal nudity, where you have close-up pictures of multiple sex acts being right there in video on the screen, parents were shocked. They weren't understanding that these things were available on the internet and that their children most likely had already seen it, according to the statistics. When they poll children, most children will admit, yeah, I've seen these things, and these are things I really don't want my parents to know I've seen. When you start talking like that, parents change their mind. I had one mother tell me that she has deluded herself. She said, I've completely deluded myself. I thought my kids were safe. I didn't think this was an issue at my house. I want to go home and pull the computer out of the wall. That's the knee-jerk reaction, is to bury our head in the sand and say it needs to go away, or we need to cripple our children economically and educationally by taking them off the internet, which is now being required as part of their graduation process. What we need to do as parents is start looking further into more up-to-date technological responses to this. It's time for parents to get interested in technology starting to keep up with the pornographers. The pornographers, they've got a $12 billion war chest here in this country with which to hire the greatest programming minds the world has ever seen. That's where your viruses and hackers are coming from. But what are we doing as a moral society to combat that? We're still relying on 1995 technology, thinking that maybe the government will figure this out and be able to legislate it away. Well, that's never going to happen. It's going to take high tech to fight high tech. And that's what everything that we're doing is geared toward that. We are a high-tech company with a mission. I think our president likes to put it, we are a ministry with a bottom line. We've got what we believe is a mission to clean the internet up, to offer and afford to parents that want it and desire it a means to, for the first time, really protect their families. And that's what our technology is all about. SeeNoEvil has been designed to be cutting-edge, state-of-the-art technology that pornographers are not going to want to see coming, because this is technology that is going to impact them and impact them strongly in their ability to continue to distribute their pornography to our children. It's going to stop it in its tracks.